If you're curious about the new Russian weapon that has become a nightmare for Ukrainian tanks, the answer might be the fiber-optic drone, a weapon capable of changing the battlefield dynamics. But is it just a temporary threat? Is there a chance for Ukrainian tanks to rise again and reclaim their dominance? Let's dive deeper. Before we discuss why FPV drones remain the biggest tank killer in Ukraine, let's take a deep breath and reflect on how these drones fly low, crossing the sky, targeting valuable vehicles, with recent reports saying many have been destroyed in just one day. In a quiet yet tense region in Sumy, a shocking event took place. A CV-90 infantry fighting vehicle suddenly came under attack by an FPV drone with a rather familiar name, Prince Vandal of Novgorod. This drone was not just any ordinary unmanned aircraft. With advanced optical technology, it surveilled from above, moved silently, and mercilessly destroyed the highly valuable armored vehicle. Not far from there, in an equally intense pursuit, another CV-90 found itself caught in a fierce chase with a Russian-made fiber-optic FPV drone. With incredible speed and agility, the drone kept closing in on its target. The CV-90 tried to escape, speeding up, attempting to evade the attack. But unfortunately, the drone's speed and accuracy were superior. Within seconds, it maneuvered and eventually struck the target, destroying the IFV, even though it was equipped with protection. What happened to it? What is clear is that the drone operator, who had been monitoring the battle, must have taken a deep breath after securing victory in that intense fight. A battle that tested not just speed, but patience and skill in facing a rapidly advancing, deadly threat. In the Kursk region, a Soviet tank moved slowly, seemingly unaware of the threat looming overhead. However, behind it, a fiber-optic drone began to tail it, flying calmly but with precision. The drone was not intending to let its target escape easily. "Wait a moment," the drone seemed to say. The T-64BV, a tank belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces, continued to move forward, oblivious to the drone trailing behind. Then, with incredible speed, the drone made a move, delivering a few initial strikes. A small explosion shook the side of the tank, but strangely, the T-64BV held on. The tank was still operational despite some minor damage, as if signaling that it wasn't giving up. But the relentless drone wasn't satisfied with just that. "This isn't over," it thought. Without hesitation, the drone continued its pursuit, and after some time, the tank stopped in a small village called Sverdlikovo. Without giving the tank a chance to flee, the drone unleashed a full attack, and in an instant, fire and smoke soared high into the sky. A massive explosion rocked the village, signaling the end of the mission. The presence of fiber-optic drones has proven to have undeniable advantages on the battlefield. One of its strengths is its ability to stay directly connected to its operator via a fiber-optic cable, making it nearly undetectable by the enemy. Unlike regular drones that rely on radio signals vulnerable to electronic interference, these fiber-optic drones remain sturdy even in combat conditions filled with obstacles. This allows the drones to operate with exceptional calmness, even in difficult terrains. On another occasion, the Ukrainian T-72M1 became an easy target for FPV drones. With pinpoint accuracy controlled by the FPV drone crew from the 25th West Combined Forces, the tank was eventually set on fire, unable to withstand the relentless attacks. So, are drones flawless? In non-open terrains, drones often face difficulties. They can get caught in branches or buildings, forcing them to seek clearer paths. Additionally, the drone's range is very limited, dependent on the length of the cable connecting it. This raises the question, could drones be disabled with a large net? or perhaps with light weapon fire. Each action carries risks, both for the drone itself and for those trying to counter it. However, as time passes, there is hope that technology will advance. Lighter and more durable cables could extend the drone's range, while the integration of artificial intelligence and autonomous flight control systems could make drones more efficient, precise, and reduce reliance on human operators. Ulrike Franke, in her article for the European Council on Foreign Relations, revealed that Ukraine now has the capacity to produce up to 4 million drones each year. On the other hand, Russia is not staying idle. The country has also accelerated its production, striving to keep up in this increasingly heated technological race. In fact, Russia is not only speeding up its daily production, but also introducing new innovations for their UAVs. If drone production continues to increase and the ability to disable them faces more obstacles, this could pose a major threat to armored vehicles, like tanks. In the past, tanks were symbols of unstoppable military power, and TASS once reported that Russian President Vladimir Putin believes the T-90M is the latest and most advanced tank capable of surviving drone attacks. But are all these improvements truly enough to protect tanks? With the increasing sophistication of drone technology, tanks seem to be losing their position as the main armored vehicle in battle. The role of tanks is becoming harder to dominate on the battlefield, especially with Ukraine and Russia's growing reliance on drones for their defense. The advancement of drone technology has brought significant changes in how these two countries operate, and perhaps the future of the military will focus more on increasingly advanced and efficient drones. What do you think? Can tanks reclaim their position? Leave your thoughts, and thanks for watching.